performing the duties of his office.
Digby C. Caesar.
No.
Well, hey, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. I am Digby, and today we are taking a quick look at Airport CEO. More specifically, we are taking a quick look at the DLC for Airport CEO. But I figured to start with this, I'd just give you a quick overview of what this game is. This is not going to be terrifically in-depth. It would literally take me probably 10 episodes to show you how to play this game. It's a very, very complex airport building and management simulator. It is one of my kind of go-to relaxing games. I think I've probably got like 80 hours in on it. I bought it ages ago, and it's one of those games that I don't play regularly because it requires a commitment of time that, quite frankly, I don't have most days. But it is a game that if you've got a couple hours to kill, it will kill those 2 hours so fast you won't believe that they're already gone. I mean, I sat down to basically set this up. I was offered a key to the DLCs from the developer, and thank you very much. It was, at the time I purchased this game, it was APOG Studios, but I believe they've either changed their name or been... Sorry about that. My cat is bound and determined. She wants to be on my desk right now, so you know what? I'm going to let her sit up here for a minute. Anyway, I was offered a key to a couple of the DLCs by the devs. I believe it's pronounced APOG. It's spelled APOG anyway. APOG Studios. So thank you guys very much for that. One of my favorite things about this game is that just the airplanes all have like original liveries, but the actual aircraft themselves are real old aircraft. And I am a huge plane spotter in real life. I love aviation and pretty much everything to do with it. It is not something I can actually do because I never got my pilot's license because, quite frankly, I don't have that kind of money. But this is a really nice substitute for that. I mean, this kind of scratches a lot of itches for me, this game. And yeah, we're going to basically, I will show you really quick kind of how this game works, assuming I can see it through my cat's head, which is a bit of a struggle. She's very much a TV cat. Yeah, if I move the mouse over here, will you go look down in this corner? Thank you. So yeah, down here you've got your kind of like your building board thing, and you start with the terminal. You pick kind of terminal foundation, and you can start building like a terminal building. So you build a room. You can take down the walls. We'll say we know the back wall is going to be gone eventually. So we'll take that one down. And yeah, then you can do like, there's different zones. You have like the staff zone, so you can have like a staff-only room. Secure zone, which is, you know, the other side of the security checkpoint. International zone, so that you can have international flights. Bathrooms have their own zone. Staff rooms do. Food rooms do. So yeah, that would be like your... like restaurants, vending machines, that kind of thing. Shops. You can have all kinds of stores and things. You can have airport lounges. You can have baggage. Well, yeah, you kind of have to have baggage claim. And yeah, this game is, like I said, it's incredibly complicated. So like, say we wanted to have baggage claim. Let's go to, I think it's, is it conveyor belt system? It is. Okay, so you got like, you could do the area. Then you've got the conveyor belt itself. You've got a baggage scanner. You can do, you know, you can scan for very specific contraband. You can have a scanning station that's manned and has a security guy there. You can destroy baggage, and you can put in like a baggage bay. So yeah, all of this stuff has to be hooked up, and then it all has to be connected. And that goes for like the, like you've got small and medium information desks. You've got flight information displays. You've got check-in desks. You can have small and medium. Boarding desks. You can get on the plane. Your bathroom has all kinds of bathroom things in it. You can do decor. I mean, there's literally not many limits to what you can and cannot build in this game. So you can pick like sofa seating. You can have like chairs where you're meant to have a like a bar stool. You know, sofa corners. You can kind of build your own modular sofas. Chairs that are just plain and crappy. Those god-awful plastic benches that if you've ever spent any time in an airport, you know the feel of these goddamn things. Regular bench for like outdoors if you want to do any of your outdoor park areas. You got laptop tables for your staff offices. And like I said, basically you put down a runway. Like you have infrastructure. So I basically built outside the building. I got taxi stands. I've got bus stands. I've got, this is the construction one where the guys, when they bring in construction materials, they drop that off there. Thank you, cat. Let me know when you're done. Regular. That's enough of that, thank you. Okay, Catus interruptus. That's probably going to be a recurring theme throughout this video. Don't you even look at that mic like you want to headbutt it now. You be a good girl. Daddy loves you, but you need to be good. Yeah, we got like regular parking for cars. Like I said, there's regular parking lots, so you can get like in and out. And you have to connect it all with roads. And basically you start with your map, and then there's like a road that leads into it, and then the rest of it. And I'm in like free roam, so you got a huge map. If you're playing this in the like career mode, you have to like unlock, you make enough money to unlock the various areas surrounding your airport, and then you can expand it. I'll show you, I'll give you a quick look. But yeah, you gotta have crosswalks so you can manage pedestrian traffic. These are sidewalks here. As you can see, these are the sidewalks. I've got my lampposts going on there. They come in kind of automatically on the sidewalks. And then I built lots and lots of crosswalks to get people across. Aircraft infrastructure. You have to pick the runways you want. You know, you can build everything from a crappy little grass runway up to a huge concrete runway. And yeah, you have to set your taxiway pass. You have to do outbuildings for like that's a vehicle depot, so you can park your airport like cars there. Service vehicles, that's what they're called. Thank you, Digby. Yeah, you have to have fuel depots. You have to have a catering depot if you want to do catering for the plane. You have to have waste to deal with the trash. You can do de-icing fluid depots for the de-icing thing. You got weather stations, radar towers. I mean, it's an incredibly huge and complex game. But the basic thing we need to know is over here on the side are all your different little contract tabs. So you thank you, honey. Oh, she's a pain. Yeah, so like it'll tell you what your airport needs is closed. There's no ATC tower. I don't have any runway. I don't have any aircraft stands to put planes on. And all this other stuff. Then you get all these emails, which are, I'll be honest with you, a little bit annoying. I have never read any of them. You get your operations tab, so you can open your airport. You can allow general aviation, which is just planes that fly in, park, and then fly away again. In fact, I don't even think you need much more than a very tiny terminal thing for those. Yeah, you got runway assignment mode. There's proactive cleaning. You can, like I said, you can turn on de-icing and all this stuff once you're capable of doing it. Then you can do research and development, so you can do all these different projects, which I don't have a problem with right now because of, again, creative mode. You can hire contractors. These are the guys that need to build your airport. You got your economy stuff, so it tells your income, outcome, whatever. Staff, you basically get all these applicants for the different... I'm trying to think... Oh, there we go. Like the executive committee. You're the CEO, basically, and you got to hire a COO who gives you auto repair, reduces operation costs, lowers risk of random accidents, which accidents are a thing as well. Strategy director will unlock R&D and let you do all that stuff. Procurement will make, allow you to buy vehicles and make them cheaper. HR director lets you control like more and more of the economy of your airport and all this other stuff. Like I said, CIO is just auto planner. CFO is set airport fees and all that kind of stuff. Then you have to buy all these different vehicles. So like you have, I don't think I've unlocked any because I don't have the one that allows me to buy vehicles yet. But yeah, you get your stats and you have like the tutorial. So like if you're doing a basic thing, you can click on the small airfield tutorial and it'll take you through it in steps. So you have to have the contractor site, which we do. You have to have the delivery site. Actually, this one's the contractor, that one's the delivery, or vice versa. And then you sign a contract with a contractor. So you like go to operations. I'm trying to think where it is, or is it economy? Oh yeah, it's economy. Oh yeah, and you can do like your fees you charge. You can do, you can take out loans if you need to take out loans. These are the accepted and then you have offered contracts. So like to begin with this, I'd have to pick a contractor. And you can look at the contracts and see what you're getting. I can have up to 96, but I'm paying $6.30 an hour. Or I can have up to 85, and I have to pay them $8.50 an hour. So yeah, you just pick something like Brickley, you sign it, Brickley signs it, and now you have contractors available. So you can go to construction, you can deploy the maximum, any amount you want up to that, and deploy them, and they will start building. Oh, I forgot it has to do that. Yeah, they'll come in and they'll build. If you're doing this on a regular thing, they'll come in and build your stuff, because on a regular game, you basically tell everything where to put it, and the contractors build it for you. But all that being said, we're not here to talk about this game. Again, this is a game I absolutely love. I could play it for ages. But we're here to take a look at the DLC. Speak of the devil. Oh, and you also can speed up time, so you can, go faster, go slower, pause, etc. And yeah, I basically have an airport I've thrown together really quick. And by really quick, I mean I spent about a total of 3 days putting it together, which is why this is so late. Apologies to the devs for that. This is a bit later than, I mean, I accepted the key, I think, last week. And this is the first chance I've been able to do it because I didn't have an airport that was able to do international flights. So I had to basically build one from scratch. And yeah, I'll load that up and we'll take a look and get everything going. I'll show you kind of what a finished airport looks like. Although, again, this is going to be a very kind of a sketchy, just really throw it together really quick to take a look at the DLC airport and not an actual proper working one. But I'll load it up. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back and it's time to take a look at the DLC aircraft. Now, this has taken a lot longer than I expected. So I actually recorded the first half of this video back on the 21st, and to put it into context, today is the 30th. Now, what went wrong was, well, my airport was international, and I could actually, sign the contracts with the companies I needed to sign the contracts with for the vintage aircraft and the supersonics. I did not have enough of an airport rating to actually sign the contracts for the Beast for the East, which is the Russian ones. So basically I had to go in the workshop. I had to find an airport that would A, not cause a huge amount of lag, and that B, did not have too many contracts, because the way I had to get out of it was I had to actually turn off the auto flight planner, and then I had to let all the flights that were scheduled, and there were a lot of flights scheduled, show up, unload, load up, and depart. And as soon as the flight schedule was clear, then I could cancel all the contracts and sign the contracts with only the ones that I needed to see the DLC. So that took a really long time. It actually took longer to find the airport on the Steam Workshop that didn't cause a lot of lag and actually didn't have like a huge amount of contracts. We are actually at an airport called, hold on one second, I will go look it up. Okay, it's called Portlandia. It's by somebody named Captain Rye, and it is available in the workshop if you'd like to play with it yourself. I highly recommend it. It's actually not that big, but it still makes a fair bit of money, and you've got access to a fair number of like medium gates, small gates, large gates, general aviation ones. So yeah, it's a really nice design. I've been watching it operate while I've been waiting for, all the flights to expire, and it really is well done. So all credit to Captain Rye. This is a really nice little airport, and I'm actually happy to show it off a little bit for you. Anyway, so what I've done now is I've signed all the contracts I need to sign, which are with the various companies that can access the DLC. I'm going to turn Auto Planner back on, and, well, basically I'm going to sit here and wait and see how long it takes for these flights to start getting scheduled, and then we'll go take a look at some of the aircraft. Alright, and just like that, we got a couple of flights scheduled to land here in an hour or two. We got Olympus, not Olympus, yes, Olympus Organization, and I think it's Yuri Air. So yeah, Yuri Air will be the, I believe they've, alright, so here's what you get with the DLCs. With the Beast of the East, you're going to get the Tupolev 104, 114, and 154, and the Antonov 148. So yeah, and if you're a fan of aviation at all, you're going to have a soft spot in your heart for the Russian big boys. When it came to designing cars, the Russians were horrible, but when it came to designing airplanes, they just came up with the kind of these like really wacky, strange, and incredibly distinctive looking planes. And if you see a Russian airplane, you know immediately you've seen a Russian, especially the heavy jets. So yeah, we're going to get at least, I think we'll get a couple of those coming in. Hopefully we can figure out what they are. I will tell you that there are a lot of these planes I'm not going to be able to identify on site because I'm not used to seeing them top down. But when you hover on a plane and click it, you can actually see what plane it is, and I don't think it tells you any, well, you tell you flight information, but you can tell which plane it is, and we can take a look at them as they come in. And we've got the Supersonic DLC, which is going to let us see the Concorde and the Tupolev 144 Supersonic. And then we have the most interesting one to me, because I'm a huge fan of vintage aircraft. Yeah, we've got the Golden Age of Flight Vintage Aircraft Pack, which is going to give us the DC-3. We're going to have the L-1049. We're also going to get the Comet, which is one of the most historic and interesting aircrafts in all of aviation history. And it's actually the reason, if you've ever flown on a jet and wondered why the windows are rounded, the Comet is why. Because back when it was built, it was the first of its kind, and they didn't know anything at all about like pressurization and depressurization and pressurization and how that would stress the skin of an aircraft. And they actually designed it with square windows. And what happened was they started getting cracks around the corners, and eventually one of them went up, pressurized, and basically disintegrated in midair. And they realized after the disaster that the design was untenable, and therefore they had to do something with rounded windows to change the way the pressure was absorbed by the skin of the aircraft. Anyway, that's an incredibly simplified version of what actually happened, but there are many documentaries about it online on YouTube, and the show Mayday Airport. I said Mayday. I can't remember what the American version of it was called, but yeah, it was called Mayday, and they basically talk about various air crashes throughout history from all the way back to recently. And then there was a look at the investigation and what we learned from it. Again, if you're a fan of aviation, I highly recommend looking it up. It's fascinating. Oh yeah, we're also going to get the Boeing 707. We're going to get the Ford Trimotor. We're going to get the Boeing Stratocruiser, which is one I really can't wait to see what that one looks like. Again, much like the Russian planes, once you've seen a Stratocruiser, you never forget it. And we're also going to get the Vickers VC-10, which is a really interesting choice. So it's a pretty good selection in all of the DLCs. You're getting a really interesting selection. But I'm sitting here looking at the runway. I know this is a multiple runway airport, and I don't know which one they're going to come in on. So we're going to wait till the flight comes in, and then I'm going to try and catch it as it lands, and we can look at it on the runway, and then we'll watch it go into the gate. Okay, well, we got our first DLC planes. We've got, I believe it's the Boeing 707. Yes, it is. All right, let's take a look at them here. We got two of them. We got the double mint twins going on, especially in the white and green liveries. Yeah, they got the engines. It looks just right. And no complaints about that one. That's actually a really cool little model. So, okay, time to go wait for the next one. Oh, that's cool. I love the way the props stop. Okay, yes, we have the next one now. We are looking at the Tupolev 114. Nice. I forgot they did prop aircraft. Yeah, also, again, really gorgeous model. I love the way the propellers were designed on those things. And the whole animation of it just rolling up to the gate and then the propellers stopping is really cool as well. So, ooh, this is fun. I can't wait to see what we're going to get next. Well, I would definitely say we've got one of the big Russians in today. We are looking at now the Tupolev 104. Nice. I mean, it's a little small. It's a mid-size, basically. But yeah, especially with like the cockpit windows and stuff, that's where the Russian planes are really striking. That and kind of the design of the tail's a little bit different, too, from the traditional. But yeah, that's, again, really nice model. I mean, the engines on that aircraft are a little bit weird, and I think they did a really good job capturing it. There it is. This is one of the ones I've been waiting for. That looks like a comet. Okay. Let me double check and make sure it is the comet. Whoops. Pause the game, please. Yeah, that's the comet. It's got to be. Yep, Comet 4. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful aircraft. Really, really glad about that one. Oh yeah, real quick before I leave, I should probably point out that this Comet, I meant to say it when we looked at the windows. Yeah, this Comet is the Comet 4. Now, the Comet 1 is the one that had the square windows and all of the problems. And they had to basically do a complete redesign to be able to use it for service. And the Comet 4, I think, didn't go out of service that long ago. I think it would have been like, I'm pretty sure they were flying into the 70s, maybe even into the 80s. But yeah, this was the final version of the Comet. And it is still incredibly pretty. And yeah, this is probably the only way I'll ever be able to even see one in a video game is basically this game. So good addition, that one. I am pleased by that. Oh, speaking of sneaking in when I wasn't looking, when did you get in here? Okay. This looks like maybe, this got to be the Vickers. I mean, the engine things, again, much like the Russians, very distinctive. Yep, that's the Vickers VC-10. Nice. Yeah, it's like I said, this is one of those odd little planes, and much like the other one, I don't think I've ever seen it in a flight simulator of any description, and this is probably as close as I'll ever get to seeing one in a friggin' game. But yeah, that's a really, really, really nice little model. The cockpits are very funny looking on those things as well. So, yeah, interesting addition. Okay, here comes the first of our supersonics. This is going to be I'm going to guess Concorde. It is the Concorde. Yeah, the Russian supersonic and the Concorde are actually a bit difficult to tell apart. I think the only real difference is where the engines sit under the plane. And the design basically was limited by, you know, what they were asking it to do. To design a supersonic aircraft capable of traveling at that speed and those distances, your design options are extremely limited. But yeah, again, really cool one. I should mention, by the way, the supersonic DLC is a free one. So if you don't have it already, go grab it, because it's a really cool thing to have in the game. And yeah, I really can't wait till the Russian one lands so we can actually take a look and see the differences. Here comes our next one, and I'm guessing that being a prop plane, that's got to be the Lockheed. Okay. I'm guessing that's a airport vehicle, not the plane itself. Yes, it is, the Lockheed 1049. There's just something about those old vintage prop-driven planes that just really strikes a chord in me. They were just absolutely beautiful, and yes, it is a really cool thing to have in a game. Just perfect. Love it. Okay, I'm thinking we have 6 airplanes left to look at, and since I don't recognize this one, I'm going to guess it's one of them. And I'm going to go for it's one of the Russians. It's going to be the Antonov 148. A little less wacky a design than the Tupolev had, but still a very distinctive aircraft, and a very cool looking one. I think I really like this one. Alright, well, sadly we've still got 5 planes left to go, but I've got about 3 hours of recording time in between the 2 videos for this episode. And yeah, I'm basically out of time. So what I'll do is I'll find pictures of the planes that I'm missing, and I'll do a little montage thing on the screen right about now. And there you have it. That's all the DLC for airportceo. And yeah, if you've got the game, it's totally worth it to buy the extra planes. I mean, it's a really neat variety. They're very interesting DLC packs. And like I said, I mean, the supersonic one is free anyway. You might as well grab that. But yeah, is it worth it? Yes. If you are far enough into this game that you can, like, be able to do it, you're probably so addicted to it, yeah, you might as well just go get them. And yeah, a big thank you to the devs for sending me keys to these so I could take a look at them. I really appreciate it. And yeah, as always, I have been Digby. I thank you guys for stopping by. I really hope you enjoyed this. I know it's a little bit different from what I usually do. But yeah, I really hope you guys liked it, and I hope to see you for the next one.